Hey, Will here. I just wanted to shoot a quick video to talk about ad budgets and how much they matter and how a, a small budget can really affect your performance and your outlook and your mindset and your sanity quite a bit. So on the screen, you can see I've got one ad set at $5 per day. And if I have a test budget of $50, so say I have I don't know, let's say I'm selling a t-shirt and I'm like, I'm going to give that t-shirt $50 in test budget to see if that t-shirt will get a sale. And if it gets a sale, maybe I've got a winner, but who knows, right? So it'll take 10 days for one ad set at $5 per day with a $50 test budget to spend that $50. Now, your cost per click, let's say you can get that to $1, which would be wonderful, and that's a decent one. And if you get 50 clicks and a 2% conversion rate, you got one sale. So now you have one ad set at $5 per day that is getting a sale basically every 10 days. Okay? That is not easy to do. Over the course of a month, if you had that running, it would take you 30 days to get 3 sales on that $5 a day ad set because you only did one ad set. So now let's say you did 2 ad sets at $5 a day. Okay, so now everything else stays the same. The amount of time it takes is cut in half, down to 5. Your conversions are still the same, but it took you 5 days to get one sale, and now you have 2 ad sets. So maybe, well, obviously one of those ad sets didn't get a sale. The other ad set did get a sale. So now the odds of you succeeding are better because you can turn off the one that didn't get a sale and keep the one that did get a sale running. So now you may actually be able to make some money, okay, with 2 ad sets. Let's go to 3. Now it's going to take you, everything else is the same, but it'll take you like 3 1/3 days to spend that $50. However, with 3 ad sets of $5 per day, a same test budget, now the odds of you finding that winner are really, really good because 1 out of your 3 ad sets was a winner. That means you get to turn off the other 2, and now your budget is going to focus on the one winner, which is really, really cool. Let's keep going here. Numbers are fun. 4 days, it'll take 4 ad sets at $5 per day. It'll take you 2.5 days. That's pretty quick. Let's go to 5. So 5 ad sets testing at $5 per day, $50 test budget. It'll take you 2 days. You probably find a winner. Now you're going to have one winner out of 5 ad sets, meaning you can turn off the other 4, keep the one running, and now all your budget is going to that one, which is wonderful. Okay, do you see how that works and how it's related? Now watch this if we keep going. 10 ad sets at $5 per day, $50 test budget. It'll take you 1 day to find that winner. 1 out of 10 worked means you get to turn 9 off, which means now you have a winning ad set that you can focus on for scaling. Okay, now let's switch things up a bit here. Let's look at this. Let's go back down to 1. Let's set our budget at maybe $10 per day. Okay, if we double our budget, it's now going to take us 5 days for that one ad set to spend $50, and that's going to get us one sale under these conditions. If we go to 2 ad sets, it's going to take us 2.5 days. 3 ad sets, 1 and 2/3 days. 4 ad sets, 1 1/4 days. 5 ad sets, 1 day. So if I have a $50 test budget and I do 5 ad sets at $10 per day, in 1 day, I will know which of those 5 are my winner, meaning I get to turn off the other 4 and I've got one $10 ad set left. So with that one $10 ad set, what I could do is duplicate it because I know it's working. So maybe I switched up interests, maybe I did lookalikes, maybe I did targeting, maybe I did demographics, age, whatever it may be, whatever the difference was, I now have the ability to go in and duplicate the winner after 1 day of testing. So what you have to ask yourself is this. If I have a $50 test budget, and I'm willing to spend $5 a day, am I just going to do 1 ad set? Well, it's going to take you 10 days. It is possible, but can you go for, what if it's like 9 days without a sale? So you're at $45 spent and no sales. And then day number 10, you finally get that sale. But that sale came in 10 days on 1 ad set. So you didn't even test any, you didn't test multiple ad sets at all. that's a little riskier because you don't know if that ad set is actually good or if it was just a fluke. Even if you go to 2 at $5 per day, you could go like 4 days without a sale, spend spend $40 in this case, and you're like, I didn't get a sale yet. So do I leave it for the 5th day or do I bail, right? What I'm saying is this: the more ad sets you have running, the better your odd, the faster you're going to find a winner, and the better your odds of that winning ad set being a good one that you can do duplicates of, that, once it gets, maybe 5 to 10 conversions on it, then you can increase the budget on that ad set. But going with one per day at $5 per day is not going to do you any good at all. So I would suggest do more ad sets. And if you insist on a super low budget, that's fine, but you do have to be very patient. And if you're going to do a super low budget, I would suggest going with like maybe 10 ad sets in one day to find that winner. And then when you find that winner, you tested 10 different ad sets to get that winner's got something special going on with it. And now you can take that winner and you can scale it a lot easier than you could if you just had one. This is a problem with low budgets. This is a problem with only testing one ad set. This is a problem with kind of leaving everything up to Facebook too. I fell into the trap for the past, I'd say year, of following what all the gurus told me with Facebook ads. And they all told me, no, leave it wide open. Don't do any targeting. Don't do any placements. Don't do any of that at all because you don't need to. And I did it for like a year. And I was not happy with my results at all because it went completely against the way that I usually do things. And the way I usually do things is I will test a bunch all at once to get results quick so that I can then scale that one that worked. The other thing with this method, if I do 10 ad sets at $5 per day, say I use different interests or whatever it may be, and I know they also say don't do that, you don't need to. You do need to. I'm sorry, but they're wrong. If you do this method, then you could set that one day to whatever day you want. So if you're going like this, 1 over 10 days, you're going to hit Monday twice, probably. Say you start that on a Monday. Then 7 days later, you're back to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You get one weekend in there. What if you went with 10 of these and you set them all to go on your best day? So based on, maybe you don't know what your best day is, but let's say your best day is a Saturday. So you could run all your tests on Saturday and have the results for the next week in one 24-hour period. That right there is far better than trying to wait a week and a half for results. And then trying to figure out, well, which day did it go on? And which day worked? And which day didn't work? Because for me, I've got a couple stores, but Mondays are no good. Tuesdays are not the best. Wednesdays are meh. Thursdays are picking up. Fridays are good. Saturdays are good. Sundays are good. But really, only half the week my ads are doing really well. The other half, they kind of struggle because people just aren't in the mood to buy. Like Monday, nobody buys at all. So if I know that, why the heck am I testing on a Monday? Why don't I test on a Saturday instead? And instead of spreading my budget out amongst 10 days for one ad set, why don't I go 10 ad sets for one day? Why don't I flip it? Flip the script. I can still put out $5 per ad set if I really want to, but this is how you do it. So think of two things. Number one, do more ad sets in your testing. And number two, run your tests on the best day possible and try to get your results in that day. So now you know. If you're going to spend the $50 regardless, spend it the best way you can. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what if I don't know what the day is? Then try a Friday, try a Saturday, try a Sunday. Spread that over 3 weeks. See which one works best. But I see a lot of people making a lot of mistakes with their Facebook ads, especially for e-commerce, because they're running a $5 budget for one ad set and they're letting that run for 10 days. They're not getting any results, or they're quitting on like day 8 or 9, because obviously you're human. you spent $40, $45 without a sale, you're going to think, no, this is garbage. But don't do that. Instead, just get your results quick. Get them quick, get them out of the way. Now you know the odds of that ad set being a good one are pretty damn good. So you can go and you can scale that with a lot of different ways. All right. So ad budgets do matter for time. They matter for your own sanity, and they matter for the best testing days possible. Keep that in mind when you're running your next ad. If you have any questions, let me know.